Good morning, everyone. Jada here again. So I was actually in the middle of a video and I got a phone call, so that cut me off mid-sentence. So we're gonna try this again. Let me just go over what I did in the other video in case I don't post it. I actually did a flesh wash on Saskia's legs and head, and I used this color right here. I basically just took, and I'll just do a real quick, like, I just brushed it straight on. And then I took my little piece of cosmetic wedge and I just pounced off any excess off of that. Now, sometimes I will just put the paint directly onto the cosmetic wedge. But if I want to speed up the process, I like to just paint it straight on and then just pounce off any excess. So that's what I did to her legs and her head. And we're just going to let that dry. And once, once that is completely dry, we'll bake. And then we got to let it cool down before we do anything else. Okay. So we're also going to do today some creasing and veining on this little guy here, and he'll get a layer of the reddish color on his lips and in his eye creases and ears. And we're going to do some more mottling on Saskia's arms. Her arms are not where her legs are as far as painting goes. You can definitely tell I skipped a few layers on her arms. I've got to catch that up. And then we're going to do some more mottling layers on the twin bee, on the limbs and heads. I'm not going to do all the limbs on camera. That would just take too long, but I will do some of it so you guys can see. And I also have to do, I have to neutralize this doll head. I meant to do this last night. Like I say, I like to do it and let it dry overnight so that I don't have to just sit around and wait. That drives me crazy. So, but anyways, I forgot. So I'm going to do that today. This is going to be a cuddle baby. These two are going to be cuddle babies. All right, so let's do, we're going to do this plum color mottling layer on Saskia. And always just stir your paint. If it feels like it's if it's sat there for too long and you feel like it's too dark, add some mineral spirits to it. Okay. All right. That ought to do it. Just kind of squeeze my sponge. I'm just going to pounce it on. Sometimes if I don't feel like, because that didn't really do very much, this is what I'll do sometimes. If I feel like I want it to be a little bit darker, I will take, so this purple here is the same color as this. So sometimes I will put some of this, the liquid paint on my sponge, and then I would just take just a little bitty, literally just a little bitty dab of that and just kind of put it on my sponge. Maybe just a little bit more. Maybe just a little bit more. This will really help the color pop more, because there's times where you do want it to be a little bit darker. Let me show you on this limb that I haven't done yet. So you can definitely see that a lot better. You don't want every layer like that, but a few of the layers I like to do that way. So you can definitely see. I hope you guys can see. Hope the light isn't too bright. Okay, let me repeat that on this other arm. Okay, just a little bit. Okay, just a little bit more. And like I said before, these are just thinning medium and mineral spirits mixed. It just makes like a thicker paint. We're watching Brother Bear again today, if you can hear it. That's one of his favorite movies. Okay, so we're gonna let those dry and then we're gonna bake. I'm gonna set this to the side. Okay, I think next what I'm gonna do is this little guy here, because you guys have already seen me do a lot of the mottling. So we're gonna move on to this portion. And we're gonna see, this has gotten, woo, that almost rolled off, didn't it? This has gotten thick overnight, so we are going to add a little bit more mineral spirits, just a little dab there. Okay. All right, get that all stirred up really good. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started on this part. We're gonna put a little bit in the eye crease. I always do that. Some right here above the lip. Okay, I'm gonna clean that up just a little bit. I think I got a little bit excited there on that side. Okay. This baby has some really big ears, I've just noticed here. Goodness. Okay, I'm gonna go around. This time I'm gonna go all the way down. Now, I will go back over this with the purple color, but right now we're gonna do red. That's gonna be our first color on the ears. As you see, I'm not doing anything like perfectly. It's not like you have to be like super careful with it. You can get it off if you get it on the wrong part of the ear or anything. It's not really that big of a deal. Okay. I'm gonna do this crease right here to really make that pop. I got it on the skin. We're gonna wipe that off. I really need to find my thin brush. This brush isn't quite thin enough. When you're doing the creases, it's really best to have a super thin brush. I mean, this one does okay, but it's really not my favorite creasing brush, to be honest. Hope you guys can see. I'm like watching this. I'm not even looking at the camera. Let me just say this. One thing that really gets on my nerves about the kits from McPherson is that they put the name of the person that sculpted the kit on the actual neck where you can see. I don't really care for that. I think that they should have put that somewhere that could have been hidden, just because the Kits from Bountiful Baby don't have that on the neck like that. But I do prefer the kits from McPherson. I just feel like they look a little bit more realistic. Okay, now we gotta try to get some of this blended here. And we're gonna get some of this off the face here. And doesn't that look really good when you blend it in? Just really shades it really nicely. See? Looks really good, right? Anyone can do this, guys. Seriously, if you're thinking about trying it, don't get discouraged if it doesn't come out the way you want the first time. Let me just tell you, my first experience was really horrible. I feel like I had really high expectations and it just didn't happen the way I thought it was going to. Before I ever even started painting, I researched and watched a lot of videos of other artists doing this exact thing. And so I was just trying to make sure that I knew the basics, before I even started attempting to paint a doll. And I was really careful. I really took my time. This doll took me well over a month to create, and I was just really proud of her. Looking back now, though, I'm kind of embarrassed. She was cute, but she didn't really have a lot of detail, like the mottling and stuff. I did that, but I just did it so thin that you really couldn't see it. And I just thought that I was going to sell her for like $500 and that was gonna be like no problem. And I felt like she was worth it, but she did not sell. And so I lowered the price. Guess what? She still didn't sell. At the end of the day, I literally lost money on that doll, and I considered just not ever doing it again because I paid a lot of money getting into this. It's not cheap to buy any of this stuff. The paint is expensive, the kits are really expensive, the glass beads are expensive, just everything that you need, it adds up. So I was really down about it. And so I thought, well, no, I've spent too much money, I'm going to give it another try. So I did, and that did not go as expected either. The same thing with the first baby. I did my best, and the doll did not sell, and I had to just keep lowering the price. I did make just a little bit of money off that doll, but not much, not enough to cover my time or anything that I did, really. So I was really down about it, and several years in, I'm really just now getting to the point where I have a steady flow of customers. I stay pretty busy with it, but it took me years to get here, and I've really tried my hardest to just continue to learn. So if you're new at this, or if you're considering it, just know that you might not do very well in the beginning. A lot of people like to buy from well-known artists. So that was really one of the things, was just getting my name out there. Nobody knew who I was. And they probably still don't really. But just hard work and dedication. You can definitely do good in this if you have any kind of artistic ability. So don't give up. It was just like a little inspirational, I guess. Okay, we're going to seal this, or oh, why do I keep saying that? We're going to neutralize. Goodness. I have got sealing on the brain this morning, evidently. Really not so sure how I feel about this particular doll head that I'm doing right now. It looked a little bit different in the pictures online, so I hope that it looks okay whenever it's done. It doesn't really have just a real newborn look to me, so I'm a little concerned about that. I like the kits that look super real. Some of them do, some of them really don't. So, but this is a custom, so I did not pick this kit out. I am really a fan of Bonnie Brown and all of her kits. I'm completely obsessed. I love her work. She is amazing. The Saskia is a Bonnie Brown, and the twin kits are twin A and B. I'm not working on a twin A currently, but I've got 3 twin Bs, one that I have not even removed from the box yet. I need to do that today. I just don't want to overwhelm myself and get too much, but I have to say though, my very favorite kit is definitely the Levi. I have painted that kit and I absolutely love it. I want one for my own personal collection. Okay, just making sure I'm getting all the places. And if you're going to ever paint, become an artist, reborn artist, this is definitely an important step. Don't skip this step. When you do this, it really helps the paint to stick better in the beginning, and it helps you when you're building up your layers. So this is super important, and it does give the doll a nice textured look too. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this going so I can start painting on her tomorrow. She'll have to dry today and then bake. But yes, it can be kind of a downer when you're first starting, because you spend so much of your time creating these dolls. It takes so long, and for no one to think that it's worth anything is really a hard pill to swallow. So that was really difficult for me. But you can get there. It just takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication. Nothing good comes easy, right? Success doesn't come easily. If it did, everybody would be successful. But you have to really work at it. Okay, so next we're going to do some veining on this little guy here, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and end the video so I can start baking some of these layers, and then I'll come back. So look here, I've done lied to you guys. I said I don't use the same brush twice, but I do with this one. I do use this one twice, and I have to really wipe it off. So look here, I'm catching myself in a story that I didn't mean to, okay? Promise. So I'm just going to use an old piece of a cosmetic wedge, and I'm just going to get that paint off. Oh, I dropped my wedge. Get a different one. They're slickery little boogers. Okay. That should be good. And see like how skinny this one is? It goes like sideways, but It's pretty good to do creasing and stuff, but it's just, I had a brush that was a lot thinner than that. And they're always disappearing. Like, I don't know where they go. Could use this one, I suppose. Got this one too that's pretty good. Let me try this one. We're gonna try this one instead, see what that looks like. Okay, so I have two different colors for the veinings. It just depends on what mood I'm in. I've got this dark blue color right here, and then I've got this kind of greenish blue. I think I'm gonna go with the greenish blue one this time. Put just a little bit more of the mineral spirits. Right, give that a good stir. You guys can't see, can you? That's still a little bit too thick. If you put it on there like that, it is guaranteed to dry and look very chalky, so you definitely don't want that. Okay, let's try this. Give it good and stirred. Okay, I might have gotten it a little too thin, but it's okay, it'll thicken up. Okay, let's just try it out and see. So you can do veins however you want. There's really no rhyme or reason. We have veins running through our body that goes all different kind of ways. But there's a little fuzz on this doll. I've been trying to get it off. Hold on. Well, that is really on there. Must have dried with the thinning medium. Okay, moving on. So I do like to put a strip across the bridge of the nose. So just from this part to this part. So the corner of the eye all the way over. Got a little bit too much in there. Okay, I like to do that across there. All right, that looks really like a lot right now, but it's really not. And then I like to go from one of the sides of the eyes and then go up into the forehead. So we're just going to do this, and we're just going to go back. Okay, and then we're going to do another one right here. All right, and then I like to just kind of connect them down. Do another one right here, go behind the ear, put a little bit more paint on the brush, not much. Okay, so we've got our little veins here. And if you root the hair, you're not really going to see these a lot anyways. So, but if it's a ball baby, you'll really be able to appreciate it. So I also did a little bit of blue on the sides of the eyes here. Right here. And then right here by the ear. Put a little bit right there. Okay. So we got some right here. Now we got to just get this off. So I use the opposite end of my mottling sponge, the blue one, and we're just going to pounce. The secret to veining is you don't want there to be like a distinctive line of where you started or stopped. You want to really blend that in. So I'm taking this dry brush and just dabbing into the corners of the eye, because you don't want that blue to just really settle in there. And then I'm just going to go across it. We just want there to be a little bit of color right there. You don't want it to be, anything super dark. This is all very light. It's all very light. And you're gonna have a lot of layers on top of this. So that's okay. If it's not, I mean, you can definitely see, and that probably doesn't look great right now, but once you get the other layers on, it's gonna look really good. Promise. Yeah, always blend everything really well. You don't want anything super dark. I mean, that just isn't gonna look natural. I've seen so many bad veins, like, sometimes it just looks like people take a Sharpie and just draw on these dolls, and I just can't help but cringe because that is just not how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but this doll has had a little bit of color on his face and some veining, and already it's making a really big difference. So just a little bit goes a long way. And later on we will go back again with the blue and probably go over these places again, maybe even go over the veins again just a little bit, but for right now we're gonna do that, and that's it. We're gonna let him dry, see what that looks like. So this is already a 26-minute video. I'm so sorry if I've rambled too much, but I'm going to get off of here and bake some of these layers, and I will be back. Bye.